Let's talk about the most important question that comes to our minds when we think about foreign education, especially master's degrees in management. Well, in India, if you're a fresher or you have 3 years of work experience, or let's say you have 5 years of work experience, all of us can go and study MBA. That doesn't happen abroad. In Europe, you have three kinds of programs. You have MIM, you have MSc, and you have MBA. Now, most of people, because coming from India, we think MBA is the management degree, but that's not true. Even in India, we have PGP, which is equivalent to MBA. You have PGDM, which is equivalent to MBA. You have PGPM, which is equivalent to MBA. So MBA in India is usually offered only by universities and not by the business schools. Although it's being discussed that by this year, 2018 or 2019 academic year, IIMs might consider giving MBA if approved by government and their advisory body. Anyway, now talking about the master's programs in Europe, if you are a fresher, let's say you have 0 to 2 or sometimes 3 years of work experience, you have just recently graduated, you don't have, I would say, a sound knowledge of management to make it to the master's level. MIM is the program for you, and you should go ahead study MIM, which is known as Masters in Management. So this is a full-time general management program where you study general management in the first year, and you study the fundamentals of general management in the first year. And second year, you have several electives, up to 12 to 15 electives that you can choose in MIM. So MIM is a 2 years program known as Masters in Management, targeted at 0 to 3 years of work experience people. Then comes MBA. MBA is for people who have, let's say, relevant experience from 2 to 5 years of work experience, and they have certain knowledge of management, but they now want to move to the master's level and they want to have a highly skilled degree, and that's why they should be going for MBA. MBA requires GMAT just like MIM. However, the only criteria, or probably the major criteria, or I would say differentiating factor between MIM and MBA is the work experience, is the kind of students they are entering into the classrooms. So for MBA, you need to have 3 to 5 years of work experience. That's number two. For both of the programs, you need GMAT or GRE at most of the schools, most of the top schools. And when we talk about advisory, of course, we talk about the top schools. That's number one. Number two, uh, regarding the duration, MBA is usually 1 year in Europe, while MIM is 2 years because it's focused on freshers. And now let's talk about MSc. I hope now you already have information about MIM and MBA, and you have very much clarity. Both are general management, both are focused on different kind of students entering the class, both have different kind of requirements. Now talking about MSc, MSc is a specialization. Now MIM and MBA are for people who want to study general management. Now let's talk about somebody who's very sure about making a career out of finance or data analytics or supply chain or logistics or purchasing and innovation or luxury or fashion or international trade or international business or risk management or data analytics or AI. These are the subjects where you should be going for MSc program, which is a full-time master's program. The requirement for this program is sometimes not as rigid as MBA because it is a specialization. So sometimes, or I would say mostly, GMAT or GRE is not a requirement for MSc programs. Number one. Number two, regarding the work experience, you don't need a relevant work experience probably to get into the class, because sometimes you would have 10 years of work experience but you still want to specialize in a certain industry, and sometimes you're a fresher and you would still want to specialize in certain domain. So both of the students can go and study the same MSc program because it's about specialization and not just about career progression, unlike MBA or MIM. Although it does help you in your career trajectory as well, but MSc is majorly focused on specializations, and for people who have 0 to 10 years of work experience but they want to specialize, they are very sure to make a career in certain industry, right? So I hope now you have, and GMAT and GRE is not a requirement. So now you have a clear understanding of MIM, MBA, and MSc. If you want to have more details, of course, there is a blog. There are lots of articles on our blog. If you log on to advisory, which starts with eadvisory.in/blog, or just write advisory blogs on Google and you would find the first link. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day. We hope we were able to give you information properly. If you have any doubts, any questions, reach out to us. Take care. Bye.